when Sheamus first got hired, and I know I've talked about this, I think, on a previous episode. When Sheamus first got hired and came here, WWE gave him. They do it with every talent. Anybody they just hired, they understand that you're brand new to the company, and chances are you're not rich if they're just hiring you. So WWE takes care of you and takes care of your hotel and rent a car for a couple of months so that you can get on your feet and get it figured out, how the traveling is and travel partners. And you know what I mean? Look, it's not easy. And so Sheamus was getting the free hotel and free rent a car. And I'll never forget, he texted Regal, and at the time, Regal and I were traveling together all the time. And he texted Regal and said, "Hey, can I travel with you and Scott? And we were getting our own rent a car, right? And me and Regal we were splitting it." And he said, I'll pay, we can pay thirds. And Regal said, "Well, no, dude, you get a free car. Don't, just keep your car and do." And he went, No. I'll learn much more about this business if I can ride in the car with y'all, and I don't mind paying my third. And me and Regal called me and said, "Hey, I want you to hear this about this guy." And the respect level that I had for Sheamus once hearing that was like, wow, this guy really wants it. He really wants to learn about the business. He really wants to go high up in his career. And so,
boy, did he.
Of course, yeah. And of course, we both said, "Yeah, come ride with us, and you don't pay anything." And me and Regal paid, we paid for the cars, and he rode with us, and he kept his hotel. We told him, "Hey, keep your hotel. We can drop you off at you," because we weren't. The company puts you up in a seriously big 5-star hotel. And so that's what he had for like 2 months. And so we would drop him off at his hotel. Then we'd go stay at our Motel 6. and so he, but he would ride with us, and he would sit in the back seat and lean forward and just ask 1,000 questions. And what people don't realize in the wrestling industry is there are no dumb questions. Anybody that's new to the company, we would tell them that, hey, there are no dumb questions. There's nothing worse than being in the ring and doing something really stupid that the fans just totally crap on. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And so if you can learn not to do that before you go out there and do it, then it's just, you're going in the right direction. And so Sheamus did that. He rode with us. Man, I mean, even after all that, years later, he and I'll never forget, he and I and Regal and Daniel Bryan, the four of us, they said, "Okay, we got a flight from so-and-so to so-and-so, and it's 400 miles. 400 miles. And they said, but we got a flight, and it's going to leave at this time, and it's going to get in at this time, and blah, blah, blah." Well, I was old school. Daniel Bryan was old school. Regal was old school. Sheamus was getting there. And Regal came to me and said, "Hey, would you want to drive this?" And I went, "Oh, man, 400 miles. And he goes, "If me and you and Sheamus," and he said, and I think Daniel Bryan or Bryan Danielson, whatever you want to call him, he said, if the four of us jump in a car, then if everybody drives 100 miles, we're there." And I went, "Heck yes, I'm in." Well, because it meant you didn't have to deal with airports. You'd have to get there, 2 hours early. You didn't have to. We just start driving, and the four of us, we'll tell stories and laugh and have a great time. And you know what? Look, as you know, Mike, I'm from the South, and Sheamus is from Ireland, and Regal's from England, and Daniel Bryan, United States guy or U.S. guy. And so it was just four dudes jumping in a car, and we laughed and told stories. And about every 100 miles, me and Daniel Bryan sat in the back seat, and about every 100 miles, I'd go, "Hey, Sheamus started." He said, "I'll start out driving." And I said, "Sheamus, you want me to take over?" "No, I got it." And then, 100 miles later, Daniel Bryan, "Hey, Sheamus, you want me to take over?" No, mate, I got it." 100 miles later, Regal, "Yeah, Sheamus drove the entire 400 miles. He drove the entire trip. And you go, wow, man, he had to be brutally tired. Well, there was no doubt. We all were. But we had laughed and told stories and solved all of life's problems in that 400-mile trip. And that's who Sheamus is. So when I saw Gunther beat his brains out, and I literally, me and my son, like I said, we're watching. I told my son, I said, I've never, since I have known Sheamus, and by the way, I was at Sheamus's tryout when he tried out in the UK. I was there. And since I've known the man, I have never seen him sell so much or that good / believable. Because look, you saw his chest, right, Mike? You saw
I mean, dude, welted up,
hamburger meat.
bloody.
Yeah,
Yes.
hamburger meat. I mean, just unbelievable the beating that his body took. And I told my son, I said, I've never seen him sell like this. I've never look, I've seen the guy in the gym with 100-pound dumbbells pressing him over his head multiple reps, and you just go, nothing can hurt this guy.